Please could you talk about maintaining good health of our eyes and what underlying causes might be which cause weakness, such as blurry vision, dry eyes, lace-like floaters, etc. Do we have, oh yeah, so somebody else just raised their hand and said, oh yeah, me that too. Do we have the ability to create healing in our eyes? And if so, how should we do this? Thank you very much. Thank you for the question. All right, so we can approach it from various levels in this system. At a denser level, you can use your hand chakras. And you can bring the hand chakras up to the eyes like that. Hello. Or you can put it on the sides like that. And my experience is that the hand chakras, when you get used to using them a lot, become very, very sensitive. They become sensitive like the tips of the fingers or the tip of the tongue, very, very sensitive. And so even just putting the hand chakra up there gives the ability to feel right inside the body. It's like an X-ray or a laser or something goes in there, and you can actually feel inside the body. And it, again, what we're doing is we're interfacing between the natural energy structure of the hands and the natural energy structure of the whole visual system that starts at the eyes, but it goes all the way back to the occipital cortex, the back of the brain. And there's that nice nerve, you know, that occipital nerve, that optic nerve from the back of the eyes to the back of the brain. Also, energetically, our eyes extend forward into our reality. So if there are concerns with the eyes, you can put the hand chakras in the eyes for a few moments every day. And as you're doing it, let your awareness move through the hand and into the structure, into the eyeball, into the little areas, and look at all the areas. The more familiar you become with them, the more they will resonate with the energy of pure perception, pure awareness, pure divine being, because that's what our awareness is. So remember, wherever you put your awareness, it's like a mother. You know, the mother puts her attention here on this structure. And when she's putting her attention, it heals it, makes it feel better. It takes out discord. On a very gross material level, I have to say this because it's something that really worked for me. And that is, I found that sun gazing was incredible for getting rid of floaters. About 10 years ago, I had them a lot. Those little like wrinkles in your eyes, you know? I literally never have them anymore. And they went away within a couple of weeks from sun gazing. So one can go online and look up the details of sun gazing. My husband and I just talked today about putting some links on the website for useful stuff. I think that would be a really nice thing to do. And I can put up some instructional information about sun gazing there. But the principle here is that if you have access to the sun within 15 degrees of the horizon in the morning, then you can go out and look directly at the sun just for a few seconds. You start at no more than 10 seconds. 10 seconds right at the sun, because when it's within 15 degrees of the horizon, you don't get all the damaging ultraviolet and so forth. And what it did was it started to heal my eyes. It took the floaters off the eyes. It's very helpful for the eyes. But even better than that, the light from the sun has all the different frequencies of light. So it activates all the chakras as well. Over and above that, the sun is full of really nourishing life force and energy. And so I found that whenever I was looking at the sun, I was really happy. And so that was a nice added benefit too. Another thing that the sun did was the fire element of the sun is connected to digestion. And so one of the things that both my husband and I experienced from looking at the sun for a few seconds every morning was a great improvement in digestion as well. And definitely more of a tendency towards raw foods at that time, because the raw foods have more pure sunlight in them. Not to say we don't eat cooked food sometimes, and in the winter when it's cold, you know, you want something warm, but up until that time, we had been many decades without ever touching raw foods. thinking that they were hard to digest, and found that the sun activated the digestion, made it so strong, made it so healthy that we could eat raw foods and really enjoy them. So all the foods are good, everything is good, everything in moderation. So sun gazing is up at a physical level. You can actually go out and look at the sun. Using your hand chakras is a way of kind of directing energy. And if you want to, before you use your hand chakras on your eyes, you can ask, let your awareness settle down to that causal level of the physiology, to the source of the being, and ask for whatever energy frequency would be most appropriate for the eyes, whatever energy frequency would be medicine for the eyes, and let that medicine build up in the system. Often people feel it build up in the heart chakra, and then it comes up and it goes out down the arm and out the hands. But sometimes I find it just builds up right in the palms of my hands are just full of energy right now. Just thinking about it, full of energy. So you can put that on the eyes. Same with the knee. With the eyes deeper, we're going deeper now. We're going down into finer levels of the being, more ancient levels of the being. What could be stopping the eyes from functioning well? Part of it is fatigue. Fatigue is an energy structure, and fatigue itself can be cleared directly from the physiology. Dream deprivation, sleep deprivation, tiredness, fatigue. So whatever fatigue is in the eyes can also be released from there. And I'm seeing that. I'm seeing the fatigue in the muscles and the connective tissue around the eyes. So they get tired of looking over there and coming back here and so forth. So that's actually muscular. So rather than looking at the Davic structure for the eyesight, we're actually looking at the deva of the muscular system. And so we'll talk to the muscular system. If that's happening in the eyes, it may be happening in other parts of the physiology as well, for everyone. Okay, so what I'm seeing in the muscular system, and this seems to be affecting other systems of the body as well, is that particularly as people get a little bit older, I see there's another question too, so we'll come to the next question as well. But as people get a little bit older, the ability to metabolize energy shifts a little bit, the efficiency. And I'm thinking of metabolization at a cellular level of the physiology. It shifts. And also, it's like I'm looking at the cytoplasm in the cells where the mitochondria are, and it's like the energy in that area can get a little bit corrupted, or the cells, some of the cells, it's like they're holding discordant feelings, which, like, over the course of a lifetime, stuff gets, like, if you live in the same house for like years and years and years and years, certain drawers just get full of stuff. Certain closets, they get full. You don't even know, like, what's in that closet. I don't know, unless you're like a really fastidious housekeeper. Otherwise, certain places get filled up with stuff. So they say, oh, you should move every, so many years, 5 years or something. So that doesn't happen. But anyway, the point is that we live in our bodies a lot of years, sometimes a lot of years. And it looks like, kind of, because I'm looking through the whole group, there's a range of what gets built up in the physiology if we wanted to define it really well. But I think we can just call it entropy. And a lot of it's discordant feelings, memory patterns, impressions. I'm feeling the weight of responsibility for a lot of people. That's kind of an illusion anyway. So everyone's going to get a download for that. I'm just watching the energy structures shift, and I'm asking again the Mother of Creation to play her hand here, to go in and really support every single person, releasing whatever might be at a cellular level of metabolization, cellular metabolization, whatever might be blocking the most efficient metabolization of energy at a cellular level. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Oh, feeling some nice big waves of energy flushing through everyone's physiologies. Oh, this is good, everybody. Very nice. I have a feeling we're all going to sleep well tonight. May you sleep well tonight, everybody. For those who's already evening. And I'm feeling a lot of discordant feelings also releasing from the system. Super good, everybody. Super good. I was going to say beyond that, beyond the actual like muscle capabilities and the muscles around the eyes, there are, for some people, sort of deep old patterns also of feeling like, one has to kind of be ever vigilant or kind of a little guard yourself from exposure to a lot of stuff or too many different kinds of things. And, we have to kind of like pick and choose like that. I offer the suggestion to let your divine nature pick and choose for you. This is my suggestion. Clearing that any little Maya that might be stuck either in the present physiology or in far distant past that feels like I have to kind of be on my guard and I have to be real careful, like where I go and what I get my awareness into and stuff like that. I mean, it is a big wide world, but ultimately it is all the self. If you realize that it's like a chamber of mirrors. Every mirror is just reflecting you back to you. And maybe it's reflecting something that's not nice. That's okay. You know that you are the source of creation. You know that if something's reflecting that's not so nice, that this also is a teacher. It's teaching. My father used to say, if you can't be a shining example, you can always be a horrible warning. He was funny, but he was right. And, if you meet with somebody and they're like difficult or something, it's always a huge gift, because anything difficult like that is sitting there saying, use me as leverage to evolve faster. This is where you don't want to be? Well, good. That's really obvious. Now it's easy. The path is then clear to go the other direction. It's always a gift. There's always a gift. So not to be afraid, of the yucky thing. Oh. Some work being done for the ancestors on that account as well. And also ancestral patterns with the eyes. Got a couple more questions here, and I want to get to everything before the end of the session.